Good morning, everybody. It's the Aharon here, doing another vlog podcast. Probably more of a vlog because it's kind of raw. I don't know if I listen to myself. I don't know if I listen to myself for hours on end. And I appreciate that awareness. And as a result, I'm going to try to slow things down and not spin around in circles in my talking. But we'll see what happens. I get passionate, excited, and stuff starts coming out. So if you follow me, you like it, then obviously you're following me. If you don't like it, please let me know what you do like, and I will work on giving you guys value, because that's all I care about, is giving you value. And it's a cool technique, guys, and I challenge you guys to do this. Maybe you're like, maybe you want to give people value. Maybe you want to share your voice to the world because you've got something you can use to help people with. Maybe you learn something, you're like, you know what, I want to help people, and you're too shy to do it. Or maybe you're like stuck in a pattern. You constantly make mistakes, and you feel like you're no good and you just can't seem to learn the lessons. Well, I'll tell you guys, vlogging is a powerful way to learn. You can write things down. Journaling is a way to learn as well. It's a great therapy tool. Vlogging is a great therapy tool as well. And when we teach, which is what vlogging is, a way of teaching, way of sorting out thoughts, we learn things in a faster method. It stays in our mind better. So I invite you to teach, or to learn by teaching. That's what a lot of this stuff is going on. I'm doing, guys. I'm no expert on this stuff, but truth is truth and knowledge is knowledge. And a fool can say something that's true, and the expert can, and the truth is the truth. Does that make sense? So I get a lot of value out of doing this stuff. And guys, if you want to vlog, let's say you want to learn things, but you're like, you know what, I don't want to look like a fool. Well, the beautiful thing about Facebook is you can vlog, and you can just make it private. And then you can review your videos afterward, and you can write down your notes. That's what I've been doing. I watch my vlogs, and then I critique myself. And that's where I'm realizing, like, man, I ramble a lot. And that's okay. That's what a vlog is. You're just kind of getting your thoughts out there, just like journaling. And it's a great way to discover who you are. Oh, wow, I tend to do this. I didn't realize that, It's kind of like the adage where, you ever listen to your own recording of your voice, and you're just like, I sound like that? I sound weird. You get an opportunity to hear how you sound. And it's really funny. I'll share a little story on that. I remember when I was younger, we didn't have the cameras and the vlogging and all this stuff, because I'm a 90s child. I was born in 76. So the 90s is when it was my decade, I graduated in 94. And I remember, so we had tape recorders. That's kind of the big deal when I was young. We could, record stuff. We just put your tape in the, the double cassette player. You could record, you could dub, one song to the other song. It sounded terrible. You guys ever listen to a cassette tape, especially one that you've recorded from another cassette tape? It sounded just awful. But man, it was cool to listen to songs. That was kind of like the Napster of the time, if you will. I mean, you could dub tapes or whatever. I don't think it was illegal. Maybe it was. I don't know. I think it was illegal with the tapes. Actually, I think it was, because I remember you'd throw some tape on top of the one. Well, no, that's not right. Some were designed not to be able to record over, just because they would put the holes on the top. Do you guys ever, any of you cassette people out there? If so, stick like a thumbs up or a cassette in the comments below. Another thing I invite you guys to do too is you want to change your life. You want to get out of the whole rut of just watching stuff and zoning out, getting into that whole lizard brain where you're just existing. So I'm just watching YouTube for 10 hours straight. I don't even know what I remember. Use content to consume. to connect, not to consume. What I mean by connecting is engage. Engage with the content. Leave comments, leave likes, positive troll it. Say the things you like about it. Give constructive feedback. Honestly, even trolling, in my opinion, is probably better than just consuming as far as your mind state. At least you're engaging to some degree. Now, I don't recommend trolling. And what I mean by trolling is by just talking smack just to talk smack because you're full of hate. Get rid of your hate through other methods, give it to the higher power, give it to the Lord, give it to God, and then go out and just be kindly to others. Speak kindly to others. Kindness, empathy, and respect. Use those three pillars in your path of self-care and communication. Because we are all special people. We're all very powerful, and we have a very unique passion and way that we serve. Which is what I call the story. I'm not sure why I'm going to the story right now, but that's where it's going. Yeah. Anyways, there's some concepts for you guys. I talk about this quite a bit in my videos, but I want to get back on track here. I want to talk about permission style job seeking. Okay, there's a few different steps. Now, if you aren't my friend on Facebook, well, I'll take this back. You don't need to be my friend on Facebook, but follow me on Facebook. You can see all my content because it's public. I have a lot of people that want to be my friends, and I accept most of them, but some of you guys, I don't know who you are. There's a lot of scammers out there, so some people I just block. So if you want to become my friend, I'm open to it, but say how you found me. This also ties in the whole connecting with your creators, content connection versus content consumption. Say how you found me, say what you liked about me, what you like about me, and why you want to be my friend, And I'm more than happy to have you be a friend, or you can just follow me. You don't need to become my friend to see my content. But on Facebook, I made 2 Facebook Live videos I vlogged about permission style employment seeking. And I've watched those videos. I've been learning from it. I was learning by teaching. And I want to contextualize that here and kind of get a little course for you guys, a little training class here. And this will eventually evolve into like a, probably 1 minute, 2 minute video. And I'll be teaching this stuff probably to clients. As I do business consulting, I'll make a course out of it. And I know some clients that can use this, and it's something that we all can use. We all need a refresher course on it. The power of asking, the power of invitation, the power of permission seeking. It's one of the most powerful tools that we have in our lives, and it's the way that the Lord works. It's the way that light, love, and goodness works. It's the way that freedom works. You are invited to do stuff. You're not forced. You're not coerced. You don't guilt, and you don't intimidate. That's the way that less effective methods work. That's the way that, in my opinion, I believe that's the way that the darkness works. Lucifer definitely dominates. He definitely intimidates. And I suspect he probably guilts in some degree to get you to do what he says, while the Lord invites. So let's talk about that. So when you're looking for a job, this is what I recommend doing. So first of all, discover what job you want to look for, and then apply for it. Do your best on the application. If you're stressing about it, just do your best. Just write something down there. It doesn't matter. Maybe it says, looking for someone with 10 years experience, and you have like none. And you're like, well, that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to have the experience. Your goal is to just introduce yourself, get on their radar, and honestly, some employees will hire you even if you don't have experience, because it's a human behind there. So your goal is to build a relationship and to connect with that person. Why do you think you are a good fit for that job? Just because I want it? okay, that's not really the best reason. I mean, that could be part of the reason, because obviously you have some desire to work the job, but you want to think about how you can affect that, how your skill set is going to help. Interesting, my camera's shaking there. How your skill set is going to help the employee. So I'll share my story. 2 days ago, I, as I do my business building, I realized that I bring buyers and sellers together. And that's just kind of to be a common trend in my story, in the way I function. And that's a process I call living your story, which I'm more than happy to talk to you about. If you want to know about this stuff, guys, just send a comment. Hey, tell me more about living your story. I can also teach you about backward walking. I have different tools and techniques. But anyways, engage with me. Say, hey, I want to learn about this. I'll reach out to you. We can get specific. I'm more than happy to teach you these things. I have a lot of this stuff. It's through my vlogs here. But yeah, I discovered through my living my story that I tend to have this trend where I'm constantly in these deals where I'm finding a buyer and I'm finding a seller, especially because I'm getting in the real estate game. I've been doing this rent to own type of deal, helping people that can't get public financing, get them into a house. And I bring a buyer and I bring a seller together and we work a deal, And so I was like, what the heck is that? And I looked it up, and guess what it is? It's a broker. I was like, a broker? Oh, what's a broker? Then I saw jobs for like insurance agents, and I was like, insurance salesman? Insurance is so boring to me. I'm like, I don't want to sell insurance. And I looked at it, and I saw like banking loan officer positions. And then, I was like, oh, interesting. Real estate, banker. I'm like, I'm a flipping banker. That's where I'm the best fit for a job. I'm like, well, I wouldn't mind helping, making loans and stuff. I'm like, I always thought banking, I kind of had some biasness, some prejudice towards it. Like, oh, those guys are evil. No, they're not evil. It's just a tool. Money's just a tool. Part of my money issues. I've been sorting that out. Money does not make you evil. Oh, I made a lot of money. I'm an evil man. No, you're not an evil man. No, maybe you are. Maybe because you tricked everybody. You used greed, which a lot of bankers, are notorious for that, unfortunately. But a lot of other people are. We're all notorious for that, right? We can't just blame the bankers. They get the bad rep. I mean, they're, but, that's life. There's a lot of bankers out there that I'm sure are very kind and generous people. And they grow their business through kindness and generosity. And honestly, that's really how you can grow a business. But anyways, that's the way I roll. Honestly, I don't even give a crap about the money. Well, that's changing actually. I do care about the money more. That's interesting. Interesting how this has shifted me, because money is a tool to use to grow and to invest. But the thing is wow, my whole psychology just changed, guys. This is beautiful. I do care about the money. I care about the best possible deal. I want to get what I'm worth. I want to make sure I give you what what you're giving your money's worth for. And I'd like to give you a little bit more than that. That's just how I naturally roll. But I do care about the money, because I want to get what I'm worth, because I need money. I really need money right now. That's why I'm looking for a job. So to say I don't care about money is kind of a dumb thing to say. It's not true. So you guys, this is the power of when you vlog. You can start to sort things out, and you start to discover your psychology. You can flip it. So, yeah. So job seeking. So step one is to apply. Discover how you are how you are a good fit. How do you bring value to this job? With me, I discovered I'm a broker, so I brought value. So I went looking for broker jobs, and I found I needed a part-time job. I woke up in the morning, I was like stressed. I was like, man, because I got off of my unemployment, and I went to go apply for it again, but it was like, Providence told me nope. It was like, really? It's like, no, if it's time for you to fly, little birdie, fly. So I'm like, got thrown out the nest. I was like, I trust Providence. I get those feelings. And so I didn't pursue the unemployment anymore. I'm like, okay, well, I got to go get a job. I have a few $1,000s in my savings. I'm going to run out here, you know. I have some bills. I have some big bills I got to pay, and I'll have to, if I don't have enough money by then, I'll have to, you know, humbly go into debt and explain the delay on those bills. I've paid a month in advance of my big bill, so have a month before that's gone. Of course, I need food. You know, I mean, shoot, if I run out of money, I'll have to go beg for food. You know, whatever I need to do. Looking for work. You know, maybe ask my church for some money. I might go door to door and beg for food. You know, depends on what the Lord tells me to do. But this is a great experience to learn how unimportant money. How, I guess it's a great way to learn that, hey, I don't need money to survive. I need relationships to survive. You know, the goodwill of people. I got a friend that I worked with. He basically starves half the time. He lives in Africa. He grew up on the streets of Africa, and many times he'll text me and say how he doesn't have any food. He's starving. You know, he's like, yeah, well, he got I want to say he got malaria. He's had it several times, and he almost died. He's like, well, God wanted me to still live, so I'm still alive. And I just think that's just amazing. If he can do it, I can do it too. You know. No reason why I gotta worry about. And I live in a very blessed country of America where there is an abundance of food, and I can go to probably a homeless shelter and get a cup of soup. I have about 100 pounds overweight, so I can survive. You know, obviously, if I have to not eat for a few days, I can survive. You know, so. I can't survive. I live in my little house. I live in my tiny home here. It's a travel trailer. And, you know, I have to pay a fee to live here on the land, but my landlord's, if I don't have money, she'll be kind enough to let me get by, and I don't have to pay much. I can go work for a day and get some money, or go mow a lawn, or, you know, not really to mow a lawn, it's the winter time, but I can probably borrow the money from someone, or sell one of my something, you know. So yeah, anyways, let's see how that works, you know. I mean, I've got some sales coming through. I got some really big commission checks in my sales funnel, thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars when they go through, and I keep on getting leads. And I keep working through the funnel. It's just a matter of when they come through. It's business. The entrepreneur eats at the end. The entrepreneur works for nothing for years, and then all of a sudden he's a millionaire. You know, that's basically how it works. People will be critical and say businesses fail because, you know, it's just businesses are dumb. You know, it's just not good sound advice. Well, let me tell you why businesses fail. Businesses fail because it's a tough road. A lot of times you live with nothing for a very long time, and then all of a sudden you're a billionaire, you know? It's just how it goes, and most people don't want to do that. Can you blame them? I'm gonna live in poverty. I'm gonna work 20 hours a day for the next 5 years and make absolutely nothing, you know, barely scrape by. But I mean, the process, it turns you into a person, like, you know, where you realize, you know, you are invincible because you build relationships. You know, we get so pampered, especially in America. We're so, like, worried about our economy. It's so sad. We're so addicted to our stupid economy, and we see it manifest itself in our politicians, and we get all, and the news and all their, you know, all the jobs we just lost. You know, there's a big whining about how, you know, Joe Biden's destroying our economy. The right's getting all riled up about it, you know, and I tend to be more conservative in my political views. So I was a Trump guy, even though I'm critical of some of the. I didn't approve of some of the stuff Trump was pulling. So divisive and so just not a uniter, unfortunately. Just disappointing. Kind of had ego there. Trump, you gotta work on your ego, man. Humble yourself. But anyways, I do support what he was trying to do. I support limited government, stuff like that. And I support education, and making and educate. One of the best way to educate yourself is go out there and get a business. I support small businesses. Get out there and start, man. Get out there and hustle. Do it. Start the side hustle, the side job. And yeah, a lot of things to learn. One of the most powerful ways to learn is by just living off the streets. You want to learn how things work. You learn by experience. I mean, you can go get a degree, and that's one way to learn. You have some book smarts, but when you freaking live it, you have experience. Dude, you're like unstoppable. When you're like Gary Vaynerchuk, you understand relationships and you understand what business is. It's just giving value to other people. You're providing a good and service. It's about building a reputation. It's about building trust. It's about using kindness, empathy, and respect to build trust, which builds a reputation. Well, trust, which builds a positive relationship, which builds a reputation over constant transactions, which builds a brand. And then all of a sudden, boom, everybody's like, whoa, I know what that brand represents. I know what aharonwsmith represents. I know what you represent. I know what your little symbol represents because of the experiences that you have created through your company, through your services and goods. And you have a positive experience and you're fulfilling a need. All of a sudden, everybody wants you. You get all the business because you've done something amazing. So, excuse me. Let's get back on topic here, though. So, back to my story. So, yeah, so anyways, I woke up in the morning and I had like this fear and dread. I was like, oh, I'm going to run out of money. Oh, crap. I spent about an hour in prayer and supplication, praying in the shower, humbling myself, going, I don't know what to do. I'm scared. What do I do, God? And I even made a little TikTok vlog because the anxiety, this is a common trigger for me is anxiety. And then the trigger, what happens is I tend to go towards, zone out, go numb, binge eat, watch Netflix all day, Not effective when you're running out of money. You need to get out there and get to work, you know what I mean? And, and those don't make, I mean, it does help some degree. If I take a day off and just watch Netflix and just binge out. But I'm learning how to just walk forward, be the Rocky Balboa. Life, nothing will hit you harder than life. But it's not about getting hit. It's about getting back up and keep moving forward while you're getting hit. That's how winning is done. Rocky Balboa, if you can Google that. It's a famous speech by him. YouTube. I think I might watch it this morning, actually, because it's very inspiring. Maybe I'll learn the whole speech and I can, because I like to do voice acting. Yeah, move forward. If you can move forward in your anxiety, breathing, feeling anxiety, I felt it pretty much all morning long, all the way until about noon to 1 o'clock is when I started to simmer down a little bit. And I slowly moved forward, and I vlogged, Facebook Lived. I had the passion going. I prayed, but I made the vlog on my YouTube, on my TikTok, and I made it private because it was private, but I'm going to share it now. But my mantra yesterday, my prayer was, I give you all that I have, all that I am, and all that I will become. I give it all to him, because that's what I do. And I kept on saying that. I give it all to you. Everything I ever make, all my wealth, I'm asking for your help here. I don't have the faith right now to manifest, if you will, a job into existence. I clearly haven't made a sale yet. And I'm still working on learning how to close and learning how to manifest. I have several people that I need to keep on working on that. I know it'll come in the will of the Lord. As I humble myself, but I give it all to him. And like I said, I'm learning I do want money. I have this little behavioral twist where I'm like, money is evil, but which is not. I don't need your money. I don't want your money. Yeah, I do. I do want your money. I need it to survive. Money is an important thing to have. So, anyways, yeah, it's interesting. vlogging is a powerful tool. Man, it's 25 minutes already. I thought it was going to be a few minutes long, but it just kind of just comes out. All that I have, all that I am, all that I will become. I challenge you guys, why don't you try something like that? Give it all back. Offer it back to Providence. Offer it back to the Lord. Say, God, I give you all that I have, all that I am, all that I'll become, because it's not that I want material things. I want the journey. I want to learn. Excuse me, guys. Sorry, my nose is a little runny. It's gross. And definitely raw vlogs here, aren't they? So yeah, so I did that mantra. Got up, got going for the day. And I got on Indeed, and I looked for a part-time job. I found one as an escrow assistant. I was like, what the heck's an escrow assistant? For a title company. But I applied, and then I looked at the place. It opens at 8 in the morning. I had, that worked. So I drove up there at 8 in the morning, walked in there. So there's step one. Step one is, take action. Went and applied for the position. First thing I did is I humbled myself and just prayed and sought for the powers of heaven, pleaded. I didn't feel any better, which is fine. I still felt which is what I love about the Lord is He, sometimes maybe He'll take it away. Sometimes He's like, nope, you're gonna walk in the storm. You're gonna learn how to manage it. So it was cool. Gotta walk in the storm. So anyways, I applied, and I was like, okay, next step is to go introduce myself to these people. I'm motivated. So I drove in there, walked in the door. Now, here's what you guys want to do. It's introduction, okay? It can be scary. I know it's scary. I don't know if you're like me, but it's like, oh, I got to go in there. What am I going to say to these guys? I want to do a good job, show them I'm confident, but I don't want to be too confident. And then I don't want to be wimpy. I don't want to be all passive. I don't want to be aggressive. I don't want to be passive. I don't want to be passive-aggressive. So how do you solve that? By invitation, by introduction. That's the whole reason why I'm going there. I'm going to introduce myself. That's it. And it might take a second. Hey, my name's Aaron. I want to introduce myself. I applied for the position. Just want to let you know I'm a go-getter kind of person. I think I'm a good fit for this position. And we'd love to sit down and talk with you if you have a few minutes. Or schedule a time to talk with you. They might say, oh, no. You're inviting them. They get to make the decision. You're inviting them to say, oh, they might be impressed. Oh, this guy is, I really want to learn from this guy. He sounds, he's actually talking to me. He's making my job easier. I don't have to sort through all this stuff. He's actually coming to me. Because here's the point, guys. All you want to do is get an interview. This is what I was getting at. It's not about, oh, I'm not qualified for the job. Yeah, maybe you're not qualified for the job. That's fine. But maybe you'd want to be qualified for the job, and you think you would like to get the job. But that's fine. Get on the guy's radar, or the man or the woman's radar. Just go in there and say, hey, and the interview is awesome. Just seek the interview. You gotta go one step at a time. A lot of times we get stuck in the whole oh, I just gotta get the job. Oh, I don't care about the interview process. Just hire me. If I don't get hired, I'm no good. Oh. You guys have those thoughts? I do. I did. I'm sorting those out, but it's a step-by-step process. Maybe I don't want the job. I don't know if I want that job. You don't know if you want that job. You just because you saw it, it makes this much money a year. Oh, I want it. No, you don't. You don't want to make a bunch of. You want to make a bunch of money. I know that. I get that. But you want a job you actually can enjoy. You want to enjoy the process of making money. And there's so many ways to make money nowadays. There's no reason to enslave yourself to something you don't want to do. So you're exploring. Now, of course, you need money. If you're broke or if you're running out of, if you're unemployed. So you're motivated that way. Maybe you'll do something that you don't want to do as much because the pay looks good and you're willing to do that and save money. See how that works. And then when you have money saved, you can leverage and look for another job, and you can find something you like more, or you can, But of course, why not seek for something, at least something in the field you want? And maybe you're not exactly qualified for it right now. That's okay. Just keep your foot in the door. Learn how to get qualified. Maybe you're not qualified for the job, so you go in there and say, you know what, Mr. So-and-so, my name is Fred. I noticed in this job application you asked for 10 years experience in sales with agricultural companies. I'm a salesperson. I've only sold cell phones all my life. but I think I think I would be a good fit. So would still like to be considered. I don't know if I am on the radar, if I do qualify, but what can I do to qualify? Or do you have any other positions that maybe I could qualify for? This seems like a good company. I researched the company a little bit, those kind of things. So there's so many ways you can go. So it's introduction/information interview. This is a great thing you can do anywhere, guys. Information interviews with anybody. If you're a salesperson, if you're a business builder, people, well, especially large government agencies and bigger businesses, depending on how busy they are. But a lot of these guys, especially in these administrative positions, HR positions, you're networking, you're getting to know them. You're discovering if it's a right fit. Are you a right fit? Are they a right fit for you? That's the real point. You're not trying to discover if you're a right fit for them. Well, you are, but really you're discovering if they're a right fit for you. You want to look at the self-interest side of it. Of course, I always recommend go out with service. How can I help you? And maybe I can help you by not having the job. You know what I mean? See how that works? My job is to help you, and maybe the best way I help you is by not even taking the job. It's not self-interest, it's your interest, your best interest, and my interest. I naturally am blessed. That's the higher law, man. That's the next level. That's the next step in the economy. I believe capitalism. Adam Smith brought about the self-interest. The next step is to your interest. How can I serve you? How can I build my relationship with you? It's not about how can I make more money or whatever. It's not about the greed. It's about the generosity. Generosity and greed are same things. They both use money as a tool or assets as a tool. But generosity is the way to go. It's the difference between like belief and skepticism. I'm a believing person. My beliefs are quick to change rather than being a suspicious and skeptical person who very rarely takes a belief. I'm a very believing person who very rarely gets suspicious. And I just go, oh, I was wrong, and I switch. And it's a whole new way of looking at things versus being suspicious and scrutinizing. I think that brings a energy of doubt and stuff. So anyways, getting off on the tangents there. So I went down there, knocked on the door. Well, walked in the place. Look at the counter, and I go, I see cards. No one's there. It's a title agency. Look at the titles on the cards. Senior Vice President. Ooh, that's the person. Her name was so and so, and I go, may I speak with so and so? Sure. What's this about? Well, actually, they didn't even say what's it about. They said sure. They would have said what's it about. I said, oh, I want to introduce myself. That's what you say. Hey, what's it about? Oh crap, what is it about? I want to introduce myself. About what? I'd just like to introduce myself. Okay, well, she's really busy right now. Okay, that's fine. May I schedule a time to meet with her? Someone's gonna give you the cold shoulder. Oh, is there some salesperson? Maybe they might think that. Oh, she's real busy right now. Oh, that's okay. May I schedule a time to meet with her? Some people are they're protecting. They're the gatekeepers. Oh man, here we go. What's this fool want? And maybe you do reveal some information. Say, yeah, I'm reaching out about a job opportunity, and I want to introduce myself. You don't have to say that. You can even just say, I am learning more about her and this company. Go to the client side. You're intriguing them. Hey, I want to learn more about your company and what your services are. And she seems like the person to talk to. All of a sudden, that whole flips to like, oh, this is a potential client. Instead of wanting to like protect the person from some pushy salesperson, they want to invite you to talk to them. You know what I'm saying? So, I always just feel it out. I'm pretty just an easygoing person. I connect pretty easily, but that could be a strategy you could use. Get your foot in the door if the gatekeeper's being strict and stingent. Actually, I remember I went over to apply to another job, and the gatekeeper was just terrible. They were like, "No, you're not coming in here." I think she was having a bad day, and I wasn't in the zone. I got really annoyed. I started saying stuff. She's like, "No, that's just not how it works here." She kind of pulled a Karen on me. I got mad. I was like, "Screw that woman." I left. It's not really an ideal fit. Well, it could be a fit, but it's not a long-term fit for me, so I didn't really go back. But that's how it goes sometimes. No, this is not how we work. You say, okay, you gotta go online and do this. You might be respectful. Okay, that's fine. Then leave. And you come back and, you can maybe email them. Sometimes the gatekeeper shoots you down like that. Go email them. Or maybe, you want to mess with the gatekeeper a little bit. Say, come on back and say, hi. Come back the next day. Hi, is they available? You again? What are you here for? I want to talk to them about an informational interview. No, that's not how it works. Oh, what's their phone number? Here's their email. Then you can send them an email. Hey, I'd like to meet with you. Maybe they don't respond. Come on in. Hi, I sent them an email. And he never responded. Is he available? No, he's not available. Okay, well, how can I reach with him? That's not how. Oh, well, who else can I talk to? Who's your boss? That's a fun one. Oh, who's your supervisor? Do you treat all customers that come in the store like that, ma'am? What? I never. Oh. You can protect yourself when some person's being a jerk. That's one of my favorites, man. Oh, I had an aggressive salesman. A little side note. I want to share this story because this is all important, relevant stuff, guys. This is how you do it. I had a salesman come to me and call me. I was looking at some program and it was very aggressive, trying to get me to sign up for the next phone call. I was like, well, let me research this, and then I'll get back to you. And he says, oh, sir, you don't need to research this. You do the research in between the phone call, sir. Now let's schedule this appointment. And I was like, I'm not interested. Bye. Click. I hung up. I said, I'm not interested. Thank you for your time. Goodbye. Well, he got triggered. Oh, that guy hung up on me. He's all mad. Oh, like, dude, you're an aggressive punk, dude. You try to tell me. So we have this text message battle. I said to him, hey, I'm so interested in your services, but I don't want to deal with you. Nothing personal. I don't appreciate your aggressive tactics. He didn't like that. He's like, sir, you're not a good fit. You hung up on me. Blah, 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 blah. And I said, well, I don't believe in aggressiveness. He's like, well, that's how we work around here. I'm like, oh, really? Well, your company's going to fail because aggressiveness, yeah, maybe you're making a bunch of money now because he's bragging about how they're making hundreds of millions of dollars and, are going to make me all this money. And that's why you got to sign the dotted line right now, And I was like, who's your supervisor? Oh, sir, my supervisor doesn't take phone calls, but he was getting all fired up. And we had a little discussion there. And eventually we got to the point where I started teaching about a permission sale. I said, listen, the mistake you made is you didn't ask permission. You didn't respect my decision. And that's the way you need to be. You don't just force it on someone. You say, okay, I respect that, sir. You want that's fine. Is it okay if I call you in a couple months or in a couple weeks instead of saying, you don't do that. You do the, you don't tell someone how to make the buying decision. The same with interview process. You don't tell someone how to interview you. You ask permission. See how beautiful the word permission is? That's all it is, dude. You can't force anybody. You're going to tick someone off. And let's say you force someone and you do win. They're still going to be full of resentment towards you. Like, seriously. I don't care. I got paid. I made the sale. Oh, really? You made the sale? Great. But you have a customer that thinks you're an a-hole? Oh, you're just an a-hole. Whoa, that. I don't care. I'm an a-hole. Yeah, of course you care. Don't be dumb. You don't want to be an a-hole. You want to be kind. You want to be empathetic. You want to have a reputation. Your reputation's all you've got, man. Well, the guy just had to make his decision. I had to force him to do it because people just need someone to tell them how to do things. That is true. People do like to be led through the buying process. But they want a friend. No one likes a bully. No one likes the guy that's like, get over here and do it. Well, I don't know. Just do it. Okay. I mean, some people unfortunately are. And we want people to be their best selves, not be these passive, like, timid people that, are enslaving themselves to you and they look at you as their savior. You want to teach people and educate them to be their own noble selves, connecting with source, not with you. You see, that's kind of like priestcraft, in my opinion. That's like politicking. That's like kingsmanship. Saying, oh, don't worry, I'll take care of you. You can't think for yourself, I know. Just do what I say. Don't worry about it. No, I'm going to educate you. And you need to educate your customers. And I'm here to help you. Yeah, maybe I'll guide you through it. Maybe you need someone. Maybe I know this is a good fit for you, so I'm going to be very We have a relationship where it's like, look, man, I know this is going to help you, this X, Y, and Z. Why do you not want to do it? Well, because of this. And maybe I get a little, like, help you really face those beliefs. I'm willing to get like some, maybe you get mad at me. That's okay. And honestly, if you don't want to get, that's fine. But I'm going to push this a little bit. Say, hey, look, I think this is a good fit for you because of X, Y, and Z, and so forth. So I'm not saying you can't go there. Like, think about your family, like your brother or your wife or your husband. Maybe they're doing something stupid and you're like, look. Now, of course, kindness, empathy, and respect is the best way to do it. And you can do those things, I believe, using better tactics. But in the end, I'm not saying you can't be yourself. And if you are kind of a tough, blunt person, I'm not saying you can't be that way. Now, I recommend, of course, you want to be kind, empathy, and respect. So learn better skills and have better patience and, those kind of things. So, anyways, that's my little rant about that, aggressive sales. So anyways, I went in there. Is she available? She's in a meet. She did come out. The secretary let me come out. It was in a soft, like, yeah, come on, yeah, no big deal. They didn't ask me questions. And why do you want to know? Who are you? And she came over and I started talking to her. Hey, I applied for the position. She's like, what position? And I'm like, I can't remember exactly. I think it's the escrow. But I just want to introduce myself. I said, I'm a kind of a go-getter kind of guy. That's my little pitch. I'm a go-getter. Employers are like go-getters, And she's like, okay. She's like, well, actually talk to this gentleman. And I was like, okay. And then she started going there. She started going, he's in a meeting, but did you apply for the job? If you apply for the job, we got your information. I was like, well, can I schedule a time to meet with him? I'm willing to wait. I just want to say hello. And that's it. I just want to introduce myself. That's it. You guys know that a way to get people to actually open an email is to write introduction in the title. We all want to be introduced. We all like to meet someone, especially in business, because people is how we make our money. So we all want to do introductions. It's relationships. Connections are one of the most important things in business. Currency, connections, and there was one more. Resources, probably. Yeah, resources, I think. I was reading Scott Olford's book about the nuclear effect, about the business mindset. Good stuff. Get his book. Scott Olford. Good stuff. He'll teach you how to make a 7-figure business. And he's been being an entrepreneur since he was 7. And he talks about mindset, which is a lot of times that's what holds us back from anything in life is mindset. Especially here in America, where there's just so much abundance, and honestly, through the world, thanks to the internet, that we can get anything anywhere now, thanks to the internet. So you got the mindset. You can be living in freaking a shack in Ethiopia, eating rice, and you got the mindset. You got a cell phone. You have enough connections. You have enough knowledge, connections, and you got to work on you got to get that mindset up, and all of a sudden, boom, you can become a millionaire. And I tell you what, you don't need to be a millionaire in Ethiopia. All you need is like, a few $100. Make the average wage in America. $7 an hour in Ethiopia, I bet you is like freaking living like a king over there. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I know there's other stuff, yada yada. The government takes all the money. Well, doesn't matter. You get the mindset. You can flip that. We're living a beautiful time. I'll teach you how. If you're an Ethiopian, I have a couple people from Africa that I've been helping out. There's ways around stuff, and I'm more than happy to partner with anybody that's hungry, and I'll help you. We can do it together. I'll help you get there. I'll do a video about partnering with mentors. That's another little insight. You want a mentor? You want to, and all you guys selling your stupid programs, for $9.95. Give me $10,000 and I'll teach you how to make $1 million. Even though it's all over the internet, if you actually just did some research, typed in Google, how do I make $1 million? You'll find 5,000 blog articles. And you just write them. You can figure it out on your own. But you pay me $10,000 and I'll teach you. No, this is how I roll, guys. Let's partner up. We'll do. You want to start a business? Let's do like a 70-30 split. I'm a consultant for you. You know what I mean? I'll teach you everything. You do all the work. I'll tell you what to do, and they get 30% of the profits. You know what I mean? That's how you need to approach people. don't give some guy $10,000 to watch 1,000 of his videos. Like, F that guy. You know, I mean, I'm not saying you don't have to do that. I mean, maybe. Actually, there's a guy I'm following. I'm paying not that much money, but I am paying some money to follow his course, and he has him. It's it's like $7 a month, so it's pretty awesome. He teaches you how to do affiliate marketing, so I mean that's way affordable for me. There's a lot of guys out there that just charge lots of money for, they make their money by charging people. They don't actually do the work, which is really annoying. But if that's a good way to get. Say you want to get a mentor, someone to help you out. Say, hey, partner up with me, man. Hey, I admire you. You do this. I'm gonna start a business. I want to give you 30%. I want to be a 70-30 split. Basically, what I want you to do is I want you to be able to, maybe give me an hour a week, or I can text you. I'll text you and you tell me what to do. A lot of people love to do that. Actually, I have quite a few different partnerships that are evolving into that. Basically, I just reach out to them. Hey, this is what I'm working on. What do you think? Do this, this, and this. I'm like, thank you. And we're working on 70-30 splits. I was willing to do 50-50, but they're like, yeah, 70-30 sounds fair because you're doing all the work. So I'm like, oh, that's even better. I think that's a fair number. Especially if you're doing all the work and you're just having someone consult you. It's a great way to get consultants, if you can't afford to just pay someone hourly to consult you. Of course you can pay someone hourly. And hourly, I would say, $50 to $100 an hour for their time. You offer someone $100 an hour, that's another way you can do it. You don't want to give away any equity. Be like, hey, Mr. So-and-so, I really appreciate your business. I admire you. I want you to mentor me. I'd like an hour a week of your time. I'm going to present questions before you, and I'll pay you $100 at the end of the hour. What do you say? You know what I mean? Oh, really? And you set a budget for, $100 a week. And you have a real mentor helping you sort through the mess. I'd do that. You need me to mentor you? I'd take that wage. I'm also willing to do work for equity too. Do a 70-30 split. So anyways, there's that. Let's get back to my story. So anyways, I went and talked to her. The owner wasn't available, so he introduced to talk. So I came back at 11. But I was able to work that opportunity. I was like, well, may I come back? And I said may. Use the word may. Don't say can I or will I. Will you let me? I mean, you could say that. Will you let me? Or don't be like that one salesman. Ma'am, I'm here to talk to the person, and you're trying to stop me. No. May I come back and introduce myself? Boom. And she said, sure. So I came back at 11. I sat down with him, and we had an awesome conversation. I shared my story with him. And guess what? Turns out he actually, the job's already been filled. But he appreciated my hustle. He knows he's going to be hiring in the future, so he wanted to get to know me a little bit. I talked about how I'm looking for a part-time job anyways. They have some opportunities for part-time jobs. And, yeah, he's like, well, maybe we can make this work. I'm talking to my other partners. I have a meeting on Tuesday. And then I also discovered that he needs some training. He's like, yeah, this job is kind of tough. It's hard to train people. You kind of have to, it's an apprenticeship style. We just throw you in there. And you just learn by listening to people, and you got to figure it out. And I said, you know what? I could probably help you set up a training. And I was thinking about online, because I learned about what his job is. I bet there's 15. I might even work on that. a little bit this morning. Put it together for him. I bet there's 15 to 20 YouTube training videos out there of how to do this stuff. And I bet you I can just show him the access to it. I'm like, hey, look, X, Y, Z. Here's some stuff we can help you with. So boom. Because I pitched him on that. I said, hey, I'm a consultant. Maybe I can help you with that. He's like, ooh, that could be really helpful. We could really use that. And what's that worth? Maybe $1,000. I mean, for me to show him some videos, no, I wouldn't charge that much. That's ridiculous. But I would charge, if he wants me to come in because he wanted someone to video record and kind of put the whole process together for him, maybe $1,000, $2,000. Maybe that's worth it. Maybe that's what that rate would go for. I suspect it'd probably be even more. Some big companies that do that stuff, I'm sure they'd probably charge. No, it's probably, I bet 1,000. 1,000 is I think it's a fair number. So that's probably how I'd roll that. Let's say they want to do it. I would probably, I show them that they choose me for the job. I'd probably be like, okay, give me $1,000 retainer, and I'll put something together, and I'll charge you $75 an hour is my rate, my consulting rate. So it's $1,000 retainer and 75 an hour is probably what I would do. And that'd probably be, they go for that, and everything's good. I'm still learning how to ask for that much. I'm still kind of nervous to ask that amount, but I'm getting over that. I'm actually about to negotiate with another client. I don't think they're going to pay me $75 an hour. I don't think they have that in their budget. And honestly, I feel some of my hours, I spent a couple hours doing things that weren't necessarily as effective for the company because I wasn't an expert on what they needed. So, but I suspect I'll get $25 an hour out of it. I think I'll get that. But I'm still going to talk to her about this. That's what my own normal rate is, $75 an hour, and because I need to learn how to get what I'm worth, and that's a fair wage. And while it took me longer to do this project than maybe what someone else who has done it before had experience in that particular thing may have done, I did bring them a lot of value, and who knows, maybe they will pay me that much money, but I'm not expecting it. So that's another little trick about negotiations, guys. I know this is a long one. I'll end it here. So a trick about negotiations is you want to educate the customer what you're worth. 75 an hour, and that's a fair estimate. That's based on a mentor of mine. So I need 25 an hour to survive. And the mentor told me, said, well, you need to charge 3 times that much as a freelancer, because you're going to spend a lot of work beforehand, a lot of work afterhand, because you don't, you spend, my actual hours with this company is only about 20 hours, but I've been working there for about 2 weeks, So 75 an hour, 20 hours, that's, 3 times that's like 60 hours, which is kind of a fair wage where I can actually survive, a couple weeks worth of work there. That's still not even a full 2 weeks worth of work, Not that I spent 2 whole weeks thinking about it, but that puts me in a place where I can have a sustainable business, cover expenses and surprise expenses and stuff like that. So see how that works. So I'm working on being confident, or basically what you do is you educate and then you negotiate. So this is what I charge Mr. Customer, Mrs. Customer, and but however, that's not why I need to get paid. I'm gonna give you a deal. I got a sale going on right now. See how that works? Everybody likes a sale. But I think with this company, I probably will be able to charge 75 and get away with it, because they are, they have the money. They're a very profitable company, so it's not necessarily they don't have the money, and I'm sure they expect to pay that much because they deal with high end. I'm sure they deal with high end consultants all the time. So know your market, know your worth, know the economy. You will succeed. So, all right, guys, what do you think? Hot or not? Yay or nay? Good stuff. Let me know in the description, the comments below. Please like and subscribe. Appreciate your help. I want to get this out to the world. Yeah. Okay, a quick synopsis. So for those guys that want to skip to the end, this is what I talked about. Basically, this is how you do it. How you get a job. First of all, you apply for the job. Then you learn all you can about the company. Then you connect with the highest person in the position. Okay, you want to do face-to-face if you can. If you can't do face-to-face, then drop down to phone call, voice. If you can't do voice, then drop down to email. And then email, then you go to social network. Like their Facebook page, like their LinkedIn page. Connect with the person on LinkedIn. Send them a message. Try to go, if you can visit the business, go visit the business. Go talk to the receptionist. Say, hey, I'd like to schedule an introduction meeting with so-and-so. Or I want to schedule an information meeting. It's that simple. I want to learn more about the business. That's all you want to do. You want to learn more about the company anyways. And that's a very, is that okay? Ask permission. Don't force your way in. Is that okay? If they say no, fine. Okay. Maybe call. It's kind of weird. Some gatekeepers are weird like that. Keep trying again. If you think the gatekeeper is being a jerk, ask for their manager. May I speak to your manager, ma'am? I think you're being a jerk. What? I'm not being a jerk. How am I being a jerk? This is our policy. Really? Your policy is to not let anybody talk to anybody? That sounds like kind of an extreme policy. If I ran a business, I don't want people to talk to me. You can have that conversation. Of course, be kind, empathetic, and respectful. Look, but if you think the person's just not doing their job, and they're just being stupid, they're being lazy or whatever, get Karen on them. Can I speak to the manager? I use the Karen phrase because that's the thing going around, but you know what I mean. Don't be afraid to talk to the supervisor. You know. So, anyways, schedule an informational interview. Introduce yourself to them. You can get all PI on them and figure out where they live. You know, what's that movie with Will Smith in it? He freaking tracks that guy down, hops in the taxi cab with him. The Pursuit of Happiness. Yeah, that's freaking hardcore, man. Get in there and solve the Rubik's Cube to get the job interview. Yeah, dude. Yeah, you have some cool stories when you start doing stuff like that. That people love stories like that. But yeah, you know, so maybe figure out where their office is. So maybe you can go in there like, you know, let's say you have a crazy gatekeeper. We'll find out when they open. They open at 10. Walk in there, and maybe the gatekeeper's away. Just do a quick walk around the building, you know, walk around and like look for the office. Oh, there he is. That's his office. Then you can kind of just like, you know, get security calling on you. No, but I'm just saying, you could, you know, be polite, be respectful. I'm not saying to get arrested, but just be polite and be respectful. Work your way up the chain. That's dope when you come to those challenges and you still move forward. But you know, there's also emails. You can probably email someone, hey, I'd like to introduce myself, I'd like to schedule time to have an introduction interview with you. What's it about? If they don't want to meet with you, that's fine. Then do it through email. Well, sir, ma'am, I applied for this position. I think I'm a good fit because of XYZ. What are you looking for? You know, I'd like to learn more about it. May I have an interview? Your goal is to have an interview. May I interview with you? Now, it's an interesting little thing, guys. So I'm dealing with the company. I think they're discriminating against me because I'm male. And so I went there a little bit because I think I get upset. I get annoyed when I hear about how, you know, because I'm a middle-aged white male, so I'm no good. You know, it's what the minorities will say, or the news will paint the picture. I'm Mr. White Privilege, you know. And you know, the feminists would say I'm some white privileged male. You know, it's just the cards are in my favor. And then, you know, fair enough, whatever. But in the end, dude, you can beat all those cards by actually giving a crap, you know. Just because I'm a male guy, it doesn't mean I'm... And I applied for a job which I don't think they would traditionally hire a male for. It was a marketing job for a women's fashion clothing line. And so I went over there, but I think I want to interview. So I was like a little assertive. And I said, hey, I'd like to interview. And they said, oh, we'll let you know. And I was like, oh, really? And I got a little assertive with this one. I said, okay, that sounds somewhat fair. And then I just said it to him. I said, listen, man, I just hope I'm not being discriminated against because I'm a male. Because I can market just like anybody else can in a women's boutique place. And I said, that's all I have to say. And I did it through a Facebook post messenger. Maybe it wasn't the best way to deal with it. Maybe I should have. But at the same time, I want to let them know. I think they're discriminating against me because I'm a man, you know. And maybe I'll go over and talk to them just to build a relationship. Say hello to them. And then now they're probably thinking, oh, this guy's going to try to sue us. You know, maybe they're getting worried that way. I would never sue someone unless I really thought unless I thought they needed to be brought up. You know, just like I'd want a woman to sue any place where she felt sexually harassed and they're not addressing the issues. You know, because I think that's a terrible thing. We should all have the right. Everything should be equal opportunity. And you know, if companies aren't willing to do that, then that should be openly addressed. And I do respect that, and I appreciate that. Now, of course, you know, I'm not trying to be a sue-happy fool or whatever, but I respect that. So, anyways, I'm tangentializing here a little bit, but yeah. So basically, that's the steps. Is, you know, let's do another recap on that. So step number 1, apply, discover everything you can about the company. You know, and then step number 2 is introduction with the goal for interview. And honestly, even the introduction, maybe it's not the best fit. Maybe you're the introduction interview, or, you know, informational meeting, and, you know, or through the information process, you realize it's not a best fit. So you withdraw. Okay, well, thank you so much for your time, sir. Appreciate you to help me understand what this job is, and you know, whatever. and they at any time can decide you're not a good fit. That's fine too. That's why you, but be assertive. Don't be afraid to ask. And honestly, say, and maybe they say, hey, we don't think you're a good fit. I really appreciate that. I understand that you think I'm not a good fit. I definitely don't want to waste your time, sir or ma'am. But may I have an interview so I can learn the process of what you're looking for? Or is there a place I can go to learn about what you look for in this kind of position? Because I really would like to have this type of position. What type of education, what type of experience do I need? Instead of just being like, oh, I suck. They hate me. What a jerk. Do it like that, guys. So, okay, let me know what you think. What would you add to that? What would you take away? Engage, connect with me. Love to hear from you. Have a good day, and God bless. Bye.